Hi, my name is Karen. I'm from Richmond. I came to the Neuropathy Recovery Program because I saw an ad for it in the paper, and I was having significant neuropathy, I think related to back surgery. I was having numbness and tingling in my toes, pain, especially at night in my feet that made it hard to sleep, tingling up my calves. And it was bothersome enough that I decided to try to do something about it. So I came in and I started with a 69% nerve loss, more or less in both feet, and I'm down to a 6% nerve loss in one foot and 10% in the other, which is a huge improvement. And it makes a difference in everyday life because it doesn't hurt to walk. I can sleep better. It is so much better. And the office here and the way they do things is so much fun. It is so much fun. The office staff is so entertaining and so friendly, and it's just a wonderful place to come, and I've enjoyed every minute I've come. I would highly recommend this to anyone that has neuropathy. So think about it.
Hi, my name is Rodney Williams, and I'm from Richmond, Virginia, and I am a proud patient of Dr. Snyder. Before coming to the clinic, I had no feeling in my legs. I had burning sensations up my legs. I would stand up and have to sit back down. I had no balance. I couldn't feel my feet under me. I couldn't feel hot. I couldn't feel cold. And now I can feel all of those things. I am so happy and so pleased with the progress that I was very skeptical about in the beginning, but I can truly say that I am on my way to walking and dancing into a new horizon that I thought was not going to happen. And I am a dancer, and so it's very important to me, and I am such a fan of this program, and I would recommend it for anyone. And I would tell you that if you want to feel a difference, you better try Dr. Snyder in this program because it has really made a difference in my life. Rodney Williams from Richmond. I'm dancing and feeling my feet again. Hooray!
Okay, we got Mr. Mundy here. He's going to be talking about his situation where before he came in he had really bad plantar fasciitis. We also did a neurological examination and found out he had peripheral neuropathy in his feet as well. So he's going to talk about what's been going on since he started going through treatment. Mr. Mundy?
I was having so much trouble I couldn't work, and I couldn't even wear my work shoes. I farm for a living. And I was buying every kind of shoe I could buy to try to find some reason, something different to wear that was comfortable. And a friend of mine told me about Dr. Snyder, and I came over and we had a consultation. Mm-hmm. And we decided we were going to go with the program that he has, and it didn't take too long before I could start seeing some results, and now I've gone back to working every day, wearing my work shoes I hadn't worn for over a year, and feeling really good. I can work all day now and not have to, sometimes I would have to go home before, and now I can work all day and not have any trouble.
Is this something that you would recommend for other people?
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. This has been a life-changing experience for me because I didn't think I was going to be able to keep on working. I'm not quite ready to retire.
not ready to retire yet?
No.
Well, that's fantastic. And very good. Life-changing results, and that's what it's all about. Okay, we have Mrs. C here, and she's just finishing up her peripheral neuropathy recovery program. And she started that, well, she saw me, she got basically looked at the newspaper, saw my ad, came in for a talk, and then she signed up to go through the program. When she started with me, she had terrible peripheral neuropathy, horrible balance, type 2 diabetes, a lot of things going on. Since she was going through the program, well, I'll take a step back. When we did her initial evaluation to figure out what her percentage of nerve loss was, it was really bad. Her right foot was at 89% nerve loss. Her left foot was at 85% nerve loss. That was very, very high. So very severe peripheral neuropathy. Since we've done the reevaluation, her number has dropped tremendously. So her percentage of nerve loss now is a 30% nerve loss on the right foot and a 32% nerve loss on the left foot. So not only from these numbers are greatly reduced, but her symptoms. So she had terrible burning, tingling, pins and needles. The balance was terrible. A lot of pain involved. So right now, what would you say, since we've gone through the program, the symptoms are what? They're like 95 to almost 100%
Yes,
gone.
yes.
So you don't even aware that any of that's going on right now.
I'm not bothered by them at all.
Okay. Balance has improved.
Very much.
Okay, very good. Now, with the type 2 diabetes, she came in, a couple things we saw from her blood work. Her A1C was a 6.8. That's high. That 6.8 and her blood sugar was high. After working going through the program, we just got her new blood work. Her blood work now shows that her A1C is a 5.6. That means that her diabetes is reversed. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
We've reversed her diabetes, and her triglycerides started before we did anything was a 262 was her number with triglycerides. That's really high. Now they're at 62. So big changes with that. And if you don't mind me asking, how young are you?
I'm 85 years young, not old.
That's right, 85 years young. So 85. So these type of changes they can really happen even at 85 years old. So now with that, you also lost some weight. How much?
I lost 20 pounds, and I feel like I'm 75 years young.
Perfect. All right. So you're doing a whole lot better. So
yes, very, very much.
Would you recommend this program to anybody else?
Oh yes, 100%. I've already done that, and
excellent.
the thing is, in this program too, you feel almost like a family.
Absolutely.
It's so friendly, and you just feel like it's a social thing, not just
going to the doctor.
Yes, yes. I've enjoyed it so very much.
Okay, fantastic. You've done wonderful. Congratulations, and that's all we have.
Hi, I'm Susan, and I'm from Hopewell, and I came to Dr. Snyder because I had numbness in my feet and was having some balance issues. And he explained to me that that was neuropathy, and after testing me, set up a plan, and 6 months later, I have almost 100% of my feeling in my feet, and my balance is awesome. So I highly recommend Dr. Snyder.
Hi, my name is Betty, and I was referred to Dr. Snyder because I have a terrible problem with my balance, staggering around when I walked, and I have neuropathy and a drop foot. I have arthritis in my knee. I've had a stiff neck. I have some problem with my blood sugar because I'm diabetic. In the past, I have been to several doctors, to a neurologist. I went to a back surgeon and had a back operation to remove some spurs off my spine, but nothing really helped. And I felt like that all of my conditions were permanent. I'm 79 years old, and I felt like that was just it was just the way everything was going to be. So I have started the program with Dr. Snyder, and he has done wonders. First of all, the first day I realized that I was no longer staggering, or my balance was terrible, but he kind of fixed it instantly. I don't know what he did, but it just worked.
Brain-based therapy. It's the brain-based therapy.
Okay, and He's using a lot of stimulation on the nerves because he's specializes in peripheral neuropathy, which I have in that drop foot, and also in my leg. Also, no longer have pain in my leg. The foot feels better, but he is specialized in peripheral neuropathy and metabolic and nutrition. I'm diabetic, and he's also trying to bring my blood sugar, get that stabilized, and I am improving in everything.
Yes.
Everything. Every day there's a new improvement. Every day I tell him, every time I come, and I've only been seeing him for just a very short period of time, and I absolutely feel terrific.
Great.
I highly recommend him to anyone that has any of these problems. I really feel like he's a miracle worker in a short period of time.
Right.
I mean, every day there's an improvement, and I've been so excited about it. I highly recommend it.
Okay, Mrs. Botkin, tell me your story.
Okay, Dr. Snyder, I came to your seminar in July with lots of pains. My neck and my back, and my hands and my feet. Feet hurting at night. I couldn't sleep. It just felt like 10,000 needles going through them. Couldn't stand for the covers to touch it or the sheet. My back, I sat on the heating pad most of the time, rubbed it with Aspercreme, and since I've been coming to you and took the 2 medicines you give me, and you've been working on my back and my feet, I have felt 95% better. I would recommend it to anybody. It's not painful. It's very easy to go through and very rewarding.
Great.
I would recommend anybody that had any problems like this to do it, and the sooner the better.
Great. So you had some pretty significant peripheral neuropathy, and
Right.
it was worse at night?
Worse at night, my feet, after the cover or the sheet touched my left foot, I could see stars and stripes forever. I'd leave it hanging out the bed, so nothing touched it, and for the last, I'd say 2 months, I haven't had it, and I sleep at night, not getting up 50 times to rub it with something.
Right. So that's
Sleeping all night.
basically 100% better for the peripheral neuropathy?
Absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely.
great. And then about you had some pretty bad neck and back pain
Yeah,
too.
my neck feels a lot better now. I don't have to rub it with Aspercreme anymore.
Right.
Or anything. It just don't hurt like it did. Now my back when it's raining hurts, but that's not
Right.
because of the
Some of the
neuropathy.
arthritis.
It's from the arthritis and old age.
Old age. Well, you've done it very, very well. One of the things, it was the sleep was a big
Yes,
deal
it
for you.
was. Yes, it was.
'cause
I
you weren't
sleep
getting-
all night now. I have for the last 2 months.
Right.
And don't have to hang my foot out the bed.
Right. And then also your hands and your feet were so cold at
Right.
all the time.
My daughter used to say, "Mom, get them dead hands off of me." Now they're sweaty.
Yeah.
My husband will say, "I don't believe this. I can't believe they're the same hands that you've had all these years."
Right.
It's
That's
just been so much better. I'm very thankful that I came to the seminar,
right.
and very thankful for what Dr. Snyder did for me.
Well, fantastic. Well, thank you for telling everybody about your story.
And I'd recommend it to anybody.
Okay.
Anybody.
Fantastic.
Hi, my name is Judson Walls, and I am a patient of Dr. Brian Snyder. He specializes in neuropathy in your feet. And the way I found out about him was that my wife was reading the newspaper, I think it was on a Sunday, and we saw an ad, and she looked at me, and she said, Juddy, which everybody called me, this might work for you. And I said, what is it? And she read it out to me. I said, yeah. I said, let's try it. He had a seminar, and I went to it, and it sounded like the things that I had, he mentioned every word of it. Knew exactly looked like me, knew what I had before I even got here. But anyhow, I joined his program. It's a very, very good program, and I recommend it. Anybody that got neuropathy like I do, they should take it. And I'm a diabetic, and my sugar got under control here in the last 3 or 4 months. I knew I had to do something with it, and Dr. Snyder said that I need to bring the A1C down. The last time I had it checked was about 4 or 5 months ago, and it was 12.2, I believe it was. Just had it checked here 3 weeks ago, and I've got it down to a 6.6. Knew I need to lose some weight, so I went back on a diet that I had, and I've lost, so far as today, I weighed this morning, I've lost 28 pounds in the last 2.5 months. And I said, I feel better. And getting to Dr. Snyder, what he has done for me, start off with my hands have been hurting right much. They're doing a lot of tingling. And I heard that you can get neuropathy in your hands. I figured that must be the was. But since I've been with him these last, I guess, 2.5 months, my hands have really, really improved. The tingling is gone. The pain, I haven't had pain in a right good while now. The only pain I do get if I'm outside working, like raking and things like that. And getting to my feet, the neuropathy in my right foot is worse than my left. And it's been right bad for the last, I'll say 3 or 4 years. And now, since I've been with Dr. Snyder, the feet, the tingling I have, bee sting, feel like it's in one spot stinging me. It feel like I'm stepping on needles, the burning, the pain, and the wetness. My feet feel like they get wet sometimes. It really improved quite a bit. And the program is a great program. I'm glad that I could get into it. And when I came the first time, like I said, I didn't say, but he took me back in his office and he talked to me and all about it. And I filled out the papers I needed to fill out, and here I am. And I'm very glad that I did see his ad in the paper and came here. He's a good doctor, and he's got a great staff. And I just couldn't ask for no more. And my legs are weak, and through the program so far with the tingling and all, they're doing better. I had 2 back operations last year, and it messed up a lot of my nerve system. But the strength is coming back. The tingling and I had in my legs is gradually going away. It's really improved a lot. I just think that will do it. And I highly recommend Dr. Snyder. If you've definitely got neuropathy, come and see him. He helped me a whole lot. Thank you, and have a good day.
Okay, we have Mrs. Bryant here, and she's going to share some of the great things that she's received as she's gone through my peripheral neuropathy program. Okay, so Mrs. Bryant, tell us about what was going on before you started the program.
Before I started the program, I could barely walk to my car because of the pain in my hip. Mm-hmm. My primary care physician said that I really did need a hip replacement. I didn't want a hip replacement, and I'm not going to have it now because I really am 70% improved. By noon each day, I'm free of pain. And also my feet were so numb I could hardly tell the difference between the brake and the gas. And I was considering selling my car. I'm not going to sell my car. I might buy a new one now because I really can tell the difference between the brake and the gas.
Right.
And I feel so much better, and I'm able to enter into so many more activities. I live in a retirement community, and so many activities are available to me, and now I can enter into more of them. Dr. Snyder has helped me tremendously, and even though I'm 90 years old, I now feel about 80.
That's great, and you're able to get doing the water aerobics too.
Yes.
Which is really cool. Good, good exercise. I know that when we first started that, did a little too much too fast, but because you're feeling so good. But that's one of the other benefits that you're able to get doing some exercise as well.
The exercise that I've been taking in bed, and then the exercise I've been taking out of bed, and walking more.
Yes.
I feel so much more independent now than I did when I first came. And it was a result of the seminar that I realized that Dr. Snyder could help me, and he has.
That's fantastic. And would you recommend this type of program to anybody else?
I certainly would.
Okay.
It really.
You've done fantastic, and we got some ways to go, but you're doing extremely well.
Well, I'm willing to stay right to the end because I know you're helping me.
Okay.
And I thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks.
All right, hey, we have Mrs. Carol here, and she's going to explain where she is after going through our peripheral neuropathy recovery program. And Mrs. Carol, do you want to explain what you were dealing with before you came into the
Oh yes, it started about, I guess, a couple of years ago, and just continued to get worse. I had numbness, pain, like shooting needles in my feet. They started to cramp. I was unable to wear closed-toed shoes, which was pretty frustrating. Spent most of my winters with Birkenstocks and a pair of socks on to stay warm. So it continued to get worse and worse. I began to lose my balance. I was having trouble keeping up with my grandchildren. Working out was real tough. So I came to see the Dr. Snyder, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's okay. So tell me about all those things you just talked about: numbness and tingling and pins and needles and burning, electric shock, all that. How's that doing now?
Oh, it's doing fantastic. I'm like 95% better. I mean, it's just amazing. I'm back in the gym 5 days a week. My balance is getting better. I had reached a point where I would start to walk and fall over to the left or the right as I was walking. That's gone. There's not the pain that I used to have. No stinging, no pins and needles anymore. It's fantastic.
So would you recommend this type of program to other people that are dealing with neuropathy?
Absolutely. That's the best thing I ever did. Talked to a gentleman the other day and was talking about what I was doing, and I said it's by far one of the best things I've ever done.
Okay, awesome. Well, congratulations. That's wonderful.
Well, thank you.
Okay, we got Mr. K here, and he is finished up his neuropathy recovery program, and we want to just touch base and see what type of results we've received. And before he started with me, he was dealing with a couple of things: type 2 diabetes, as well as peripheral neuropathy, terrible neuropathy. And he's going to explain a little bit about what he was feeling before we did anything, before we started with the recovery program.
Well, the neuropathy in my feet were so bad I was having problems walking. The burning sensations, the numbness, I could get into hot water and not realize I was stepping into hot water in a shower. And at night, I couldn't sleep because the minute I lay down at night, the pain and the burning was just so bad that a lot of times I would just sleep in a chair with my feet on the ground, because laying down, everything went crazy. The nerve endings would just be throbbing, and when I started the treatment, I came in here and I had extremely bad loss in both my feet. And doing the treatment over the course of the treatment, my feet have responded very well to the treatment. Part of the treatment was had to try to get rid of the type 2 diabetes, because with the type 2 diabetes, it was also part of the problem. And by going on the diet he suggested, changing the way I eat, getting rid of some of the grains and the dairy and some of the things that I loved, I right away saw drastic changes in my diabetes. My A1C numbers immediately dropped after a week of being on a diet.
And what was when you first came in, your A1C was?
6.8.
Yeah, so full-blown diabetes.
Full-blown type diabetes, yes. Yeah. I've been seeing a diabetes specialist probably for 12, 13 years. I've been diagnosed it for over 15 years. And it's always been high 6s or low 7s, where she had told me numerous times that if I didn't try to change my diet a little bit, she would probably end up eventually putting me on a shot at least once a day. And I just kept trying to avoid that. And the fact that I changed my diet over the course of 3 months, my type 2 diabetes, the A1C went from 6.8 to 5.5, where she called me up and says, "You're no longer considered a type 2 diabetic."
Fantastic. It's completely reversed.
Completely reversed.
Awesome.
Yes. She still has me on some medication because she just wants to be cautious for 6 months before she takes me completely off my medication.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And also, another benefit is you lost, how many pounds did you lose?
I've lost 31 pounds in 4 months.
Yep.
And that's really what got the diabetes under control.
Yep.
By getting the weight down to management or considered a normal weight for a person my age and my height.
Yep.
I haven't weighed this light since in the last 50 years.
Yeah, amazing.
Last time I weighed what I do now, 179, I was 17 years old.
Right.
I'm 67 years old.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's doable.
It's doable.
It's completely doable.
Completely doable. And like I said, the response, I'm really impressed with the response to the neuropathy in my feet, how much less I can get up in the night to go to the bathroom and actually step on the bathroom floor and feel cold.
Feel it.
And that before I could just walk in here and not even realize the floor was that cold.
Right.
Or I can get back in the bed and have the neuropathy immediately start back up. It's nothing like it was 4 months ago.
Would you consider that as life-changing for you?
Oh yeah, because now I want to be able to do things more. I got more energy. I want to be able. I can walk more. Before, my wife and I always used to love to go for walks.
Right.
And with my feet being so bad, I would try walking with her. And when I first came to see you, and I'm telling you I'm doing 5,000 to 10,000 steps, you're going to me, how? And I said, you're a man. You just bear the pain. You bear the pain because your wife wants to do it.
Right.
Because your wife enjoys to go for walks. I said, you just grin and bear it.
Right.
And sure, it was a lot of pain. And like I said, now I have a hip problem. I'm going to go ahead and have the right hip replaced.
Right.
And it's a problem I've had with the hip probably 10 years. And the pain has just gotten to a point where it just couldn't bear it anymore. And the fact that I've told the doctors I'm no longer a type 2 diabetic, they've taken the
risks are much less.
Yes, much less. And so we're going to go forward and have that hip replaced. Like I said, I used to always think I had back problems, and it's always been tied to the hip, giving me so much problem walking. I could barely lift the leg all the time, try to do stairs, even simple chores like getting in the shower and washing yourself. Sure. I had to use my hand to lift my leg up onto the bench in the shower to just wash myself properly,
So now, if there are other people that are looking at this, would you consider recommending this type of program for somebody that's dealing with terrible neuropathy?
Oh yes, I would strongly recommend this. When he suggests you change some of the way things you eat, you have to buy into the program. If you listen to what the doctor's telling you, you follow the program, the results are unbelievable. I'm looking forward to continuing treatment and having
As
it.
a maintenance standpoint.
Yeah, a maintenance standpoint, yes, sir. It's just changed the whole way my life is. And I'm saying with neuropathy now, I can walk more, even though the hip bothers me. I have more energy because I've lost the weight, getting rid of the cookies, the crackers, the potato chips, the pretzels,
Right.
all the wheat, all the grains, the stuff that
All the stuff that kept you at type 2 diabetes.
kept me at type 2 diabetes.
Right.
The dairy, I do almond milk now. I will occasionally, after 4 months, have a cup of coffee.
Right, yeah, that's okay.
And it's like I'm from the Buffalo, New York area,
Right.
so I grew up on pizza, wings, and beer.
Right.
To give that stuff up
Yeah,
was hard,
sure.
but in order to get the results I got, I had
Yeah.
to follow the program.
Yep.
And
And you did really well. The
Yeah.
results speak for themselves.
And the other thing I would highly recommend, my wife bought into this.
Yeah,
So she did along with me. My wife has also lost 30 pounds
right.
by getting rid of the bad food out of our diets. And it made it so much easier
Sure.
when she was only cooking for the two of us.
Right,
We're making the same foods.
right.
We do lots of fresh vegetables. We do beef, pork, fish.
Sure.
You know,
All the good
chicken,
stuff that-
all the good
what you
stuff.
should be
And we don't fry it.
Yeah,
It's either
Yeah.
done in the grill or done in the oven.
yeah.
And
Fantastic.
there's nothing that I crave that I can't have.
Right, that's true.
Like I said, I can still have my chicken wings, but now I cook them on the grill and put the hot sauce
Yeah,
on it.
it's fine.
So yeah, instead of deep frying all the time and eating pizza once a week.
Right.
The pizzas are gone.
Right, right. Well, he's done really well, so and I'm looking forward to continue success for all the good changes you've made.
Yep. I'm looking forward to going in and have this hip circuit replaced.
Yeah, and that's going to make everything
Oh, yeah.
much better as well.
Yeah.
Very good. All right.
Thank you.